You don't really know me. Yeah. You don't really know. Action Bronson was on the Ariel Helwani MMA Hour this week, talking about a wide variety of Action Bronson shit, his full career, the full spectrum, plus a lot of just sidebar shit, things that he's into, that sort of thing. But of course, what we care about here is the pro wrestling, right? We care about wrestling. And Action Bronson is a huge pro wrestling fan. And he talked with Ariel Helwani all about his fandom. And then he got into the specifics about what got him into AEW and how he found himself in a situation where he's having a match with Hook against 2.0. Check out Action Bronson talking about pro wrestling.
And when you were watching that back then, or at any point, did you ever say, this is something I want to do?
I always practiced. I never thought that it'd be obtainable. You don't think that type of thing is obtainable, but you practice and you do moves on each other in the rooms and shit like that and in school. So it always lived through us, just not professionally. And I was a fan. I just enjoyed.
Okay.
Never thought that it would ever happen.
So how did this come about? You're with AEW, at least for now. You're training with Taz, the legendary Taz, yep. FTW, his son Hook. Incredible. He's walking out to your song. Last time we spoke in April, we were just talking about, he's cool, like just kind of dabble.
Yep.
But how did this whole thing come about?
Man, they had the idea first for me to walk him down the ring. And then, I started training a little bit, and they saw my athleticism and my prowess.
Where'd you train?
In Long Island.
Okay.
At the same place MJF did. I don't know if it's known or not, but it's called Creator Pro. I like to give them a plug because they showed a lot of love.
Okay.
We just started fucking around, teaching me shit.
When was that?
I'd say 9-10 weeks ago.
Okay, not that long.
Not that long. So we just started, things started moving from there.
And was that the first time you were ever in a ring?
Yeah.
Taking bumps?
Yeah.
What is that like? Because I've heard from people, we've seen MMA fighters go over.
Yeah.
King Mo did it, Chito did it, and they're like, shit, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, taking a bump is not, I just fucking practice offense. Fuck that.
Okay.
My
I see you going on your back.
I don't fall.
You don't fall? Okay, fine, fair enough.
I have in the contract.
Oh.
I don't fall.
Good.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Any cartwheels?
Nah, no cartwheels, but nah.
We talked a little bit about this last week with Lars Fredrickson on the Sessions podcast with Renee Paquette. I love when these worlds collide, right? Action Bronson's a giant star. He's a big-time rapper, He's not like Jay-Z level megastar, but he's a goddamn big-name rapper. And for him to just be an openly unabashed fan of pro wrestling and to take it to the point where he's actually going and he's training at Creative Pro. He's taking it seriously. He's not just like the celebrity. Now, is he going to be a Logan Paul? No. Is he even going to be Bad Bunny? No. But Action Bronson's taking it seriously enough to go to Creative Pro to learn the moves. I've seen some news sites picking up on the Bronson saying that he doesn't take bumps. It's in his contract. Obviously, he was joking there. He's being facetious. I don't think those websites that picked up on that really understand those when people are joking. You just fucking take everything serious in life. Of course, Action Bronson's taking bumps. It's the first thing you do. There's no way they're going to let him get in the ring without having ever taken a bump. That's ridiculous. Unless he's got some sort of he's been in a car crash and his back is in shambles and he physically cannot take bumps or he'll be crippled or something. But he can just go in there and just throw a few punches and a body slam or something like that. Now, full disclosure, Rampage has already happened. As I, record this, it's Saturday morning. I have not seen the show yet, so I don't know exactly how it played out. Maybe he didn't take a bump. I don't fucking know. But anytime that AEW can cash in on the cachet, if you will, of a huge star like an Action Bronson and capitalize on having their name associated with AEW is always a good thing. You know, bringing him in for something like this, it's just the same as WWE doing it with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. You know, AEW's done it with Shaq and stuff like that. This is just I love these kind of things. I don't mind it at all as long as it fits, as long as it's not taking spots away from anybody else. You know, technically, like Logan Paul over in WWE is taking a spot away from somebody, getting a title shot, main event against Roman. But this spot here with Action Bronson, this is fun, and it was cool to hear more about Action Bronson too. I can't say that I'm that familiar with the guy, even though I am a rap fan. He's just not somebody that's really been on my radar too much. And Ariel Helwani is a fantastic interviewer. He is, in my opinion, between this and the MJF interview that he did this week, he did both of those interviews this week. For my money, Ariel Helwani is the greatest interviewer that there is. You know, I think last time I talked about Ariel, I said he was one of, you know, Chris Van Vliet I compared to, as well as another really good interviewer in this world, you know, the world of professional wrestling and that sort of thing. But Ariel Helwani, to me, is the best. I think Ariel's career is going to far exceed just the small level sports stuff. You know, right now he talks to a lot of sports guys and then just, you know, Action Bronson and wrestlers and that kind of stuff. I fully believe that a guy like Ariel Helwani is going to be like interviewing the president someday. He's going to be like, he's young. I think, you know, we're going to grow up with Ariel and we're going to see Ariel on our TV in fucking 30 years as an old gray-haired man interviewing the biggest names in the history of the world. You know, presidents, things like that, world leaders, mega stars. Like he's the best interviewer I've ever seen. He's so casual, he's so personable, and he gets the raw questions out of people without being like too pushy or too like schlocky or anything like that. Like he's just the best. He's just the best. And what more can I say about Ariel? This was just a fantastic interview with Action Bronson. I highly recommend you go check it out. I have linked it down in the description below. Whether you're listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, it is there in the description. Go check that shit out. And Action Bronson, AEW.